my god, look how cute he is. Anyways, hi guys, what's up? My name is David and happy Trans Day of Visibility. So, I don't really talk that often about being trans on this channel anymore, and I think the reason is actually more positive than you might think. So I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to be like stealth or pretending that I'm not trans anymore, because that's just simply not how it works. Instead, I would like to tell you guys how medically transitioning has actually made it possible for me to develop other things in my life that are not connected to being trans. So first of all, if you've been following my legal transition journey, last week I finally got my ID and passport with the correct last name. I have been trying to change my last name for a long time because it was gendered. Long story, go look at related videos if you want to. So yeah, I finally finished my legal transition and now I am legally known as the name I have been using since 2018. But transitioning both legally and medically, which, disclaimer, not every trans person wants to. I personally always wanted to be legally recognized as the name I use, and I wanted my body to look more masculine than the body I was born in. And now it does. So I'm good. But you know, that's not for everyone. But for me, what it did is that now I just live my life, and I guess only after not having to deal with dysphoria anymore does one realize how much energy it just sucks out of your life. Because imagine just constantly having to live knowing that people will not see you as who you are, and that you have to like do so much in order to just be perceived the way that you have always perceived yourself. Like, when I was in high school, most people were like going out with their friends and also doing their homework and doing their after school activities and having fun with their family. And some people, like me, had gender dysphoria. And I say had because I really don't think I experienced this anymore. I have been on testosterone for 3 years now, and I've had top surgery 2 years ago. I will go into detail about that in later videos, but I genuinely like the way my body looks. I like the way my voice sounds. I just like my general vibe. Not only my gender, but just like, I am me. And that makes it easier and more fun to live. And not having to deal with dysphoria gives you so much more mental space to just develop other aspects of your life. Like, I currently study Scandinavian studies, and the fact that I was able to choose this study that I really, really, really enjoy was made possible by the fact that I had some reason to look forward to the future. Because once I knew that transitioning was coming, made it possible to also make other plans for the future, because I just did not really see that much of a future before that. And that's why it is important for trans people to be able to access gender affirming care, whatever that looks like, because it makes it possible to do everything else in life as well. Like, now I have spent almost 3 years at university being able to discover and learn new things without having to worry about whether people actually saw me as the person that I am. And now, last week, I learned that I have been accepted into the master's program of my dreams. So I don't think this all would have been possible had I not decided to medically transition. And like, I'm saying this like it is a decision, because technically it is. Like, you don't choose to be trans, but you can choose to a degree how you want to deal with this fact. And for me, the I would say, necessary choice to transition has made pursuing my dreams possible, because now I have the energy to do them. And of course, life is not all sunshine and butterflies and whatever the saying is, because there's so much horrible stuff going on in the world that I, as an individual human being, cannot fix, no matter how hard I would try. But I get these comments, and like, not only me, but also other trans people, that, you know, transitioning is somehow narcissistic or that trans people care too much about themselves. But if there's anything I've learned, is that seeing that I actually deserve to have a happy and fulfilling life made it easier to also help others out. Like, you cannot help others if you yourself need help. And when I look from my current position at what is going on in places like the United States, I just cannot begin to imagine what people are going through now. And I really wish for them that they end up in a position, in one way or another, that they actually would want to be in, and not whatever is going on there right now. So I just wanted to say that if you are a trans person that wants to medically transition and is scared for their future right now, impossible as it might sound, it will get better no matter what. There is a rise in anti-trans legislation in some places, but in other places it's not. It's actually going the opposite way. In Poland, the country where I was born, known for their transphobia, there has recently been a law passed that makes it easier for trans people to legally change their name. So it's really not all bad, and we just have to get through this. So on this Trans Day of Visibility, I just wanted to say that I'm here. I'm still here. And there will be tons of trans people after me, the generation after, no matter what happens, because we exist and we have always existed, and there's just more words to express our feelings, and there's more platforms to express our feelings on. So we're not going anywhere, and this is not the only day where we are here. So yeah, enjoy, I guess. And if you're interested in other content that I make, because as I said, I don't really talk that much about trans stuff. If you like Vikings, like I do, then please feel free to watch my other videos. And if not, that's perfectly fine, but feel free to still like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.